My PhD research focuses on the resurgence of centuries-old folk religious and martial arts traditions found in villages across North China. Some groups are mainly religious, others only practice martial arts. My work is focused on the little understood group called Meihuaquan that encompasses both religion and the practice of martial arts. Although these groups played a major role in the Boxer Uprising of 1900, most scholars assumed that they had entirely died out during the chaotic Republican period and the tumultuous Great Leap Forward and Cultural Revolution. But many survived. In fact, after the state relaxed its attitudes towards religion in the 1980s, groups that managed to survive underground began springing back to life. The resurgence of folk religion in China has been a popular topic, but few researchers have investigated underground sectarian groups owing to the sensitivity of the topic and the difficulty of doing research in rural areas. My research question is, what is driving this resurgence? I'll give you my conclusions first. Meihuaquan is increasing in popularity because it addresses critical social problems in China, namely a deficit in social trust, low levels of volunteerism, and anemic civil society. The state's single-minded emphasis on market competition and economic growth, coupled with social and political shifts towards individualism and away from collectivism, have led to the deterioration of communities. Martial arts and religious activities serve as counter-mechanisms to the deterioration of village life. They encourage cross-lineage cooperation, open dialogue, and shared leadership that builds trust, social cohesion, and healthier communities. I faced many challenges during fieldwork investigation because the very survival of secret organizations depended on maintaining secrecy. This group is composed of two aspects: a Wuchang, concerned with martial arts training, which is quite visible in public, and also a Wenchang that is involved with religious belief and ritual and remains largely underground and secretive. When I began my PhD research in 2008, I had already studied martial arts for years and had built friendships with many rural masters. This familiarity with village life and martial arts was helpful when I was invited to live in the home of a Wenchang ritual and divination specialist in Minghe village. By participating in daily life and practicing martial arts, I found acceptance in the village. Ritual specialists began to explain the foundation of their secretive beliefs, and I became embedded in the village's Guanxi network of social relations. Because Meihuaquan had been suppressed often violently during the previous 60 years, many followers abandoned their practice, causing elders to worry that their traditions would die out completely. But an ironic shift occurred in 2006 when the State Council of China recognized Meihuaquan as an intangible cultural heritage. Seeing this new status as a chance to rejuvenate old traditions, villagers built a teaching center hall to provide free martial arts lessons. When teenage girls wanted to study martial arts as well, this helped overturn conservative notions that women must not practice martial arts. Within months, the village martial arts team was demonstrating throughout the county. Huge crowds gathered and enabled Meihuaquan practitioners, young and old, to meet publicly for the first time in many years. Old friendships and networks were rekindled. Now that Meihuaquan practitioners had a place to gather, elderly women who could still sing scriptures passed these oral traditions on to the next generation. Before long, dozens of women joined these scripture gatherings that provided social activity and leisure. Rural women never before had their own organization, led by women rather than men. They traveled to nearby villages to sing scriptures at Meihuaquan events where they met other like-minded women, establishing new friendships. The teaching center also became a gathering place for Wenchang religious divination rituals. Every day, villagers came to the center seeking the advice of divination specialists. By participating in hundreds of these rituals, I came to understand that divination serves a very practical purpose. Modern social services are entirely absent in rural areas, and divination masters function as counselors, mediators, and problem solvers. They never charge for these services or accept gifts. By rejecting personal gain and capitalism's profit motive, they are widely respected as community leaders. By providing a venue for martial arts and ritual events, the teaching center became an engine that reinvigorated interest in Meihuaquan traditions. By 2008, the center volunteers began projects to benefit the entire community. They dug wells, and after heavy snowfalls, sent martial arts students to check on elderly shut-ins and clear snow from village roads. When handicapped villagers had their social welfare payments embezzled by the village council, center elders lobbied the county government. Working with NGOs, they established the first village library in the region to enhance educational opportunities for children. The following year, they built a not-for-profit elementary school and paved long-neglected, nearly impassable village roads. By organizing projects intended to benefit all villagers, not just Meihuaquan followers, the teaching center had begun to function as a civil society organization and a foundation for positive social change. The community was coming alive again for the first time in decades. The reasons for the resurgence of Meihuaquan and similar sectarian religious groups are closely connected with many pressing issues in China and also in the West, where communities have been eroded by an ideology that utilitarian competition and market principles are the best way to organize every aspect of society. Meihuaquan sprang back to life because it emphasized instead the importance of responsibility to community and demonstrated the benefits of collective action. This led to an improved quality of life for many thousands of people.